The network bounced me out. The network bounced me out, guys. I don't know what happened. So come in, let's start all over again. What are we going to do now? What to do? The network bounced me out. Hey people, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk. Let us talk, guys. Hey beautiful people. Hey beautiful people, come on in, guys. Come on in, guys. Let's gist. Kamsi has been evicted. The end of the road for Kamsi in the Big Brother Naija game. So sad for her. But guys, that is the game anyway. Nobody is promised anything in Big Brother's house except the gambits for this season. But even at that, it is limited because anything can happen at any time. So please come in, let's talk, let's gist. As you come in, please do well to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell. Gist with me in the comment section so that we keep it rolling and make this live stream very interesting. Guys, did you see it coming? Kamsi evicted from the Big Brother Naija game. Oh, so sad for her. Did you see it coming, guys? I did not see it coming. No, I was thinking that Kamsi will stay long in the game. No, she's always like, I'm the salt, I'm the pepper soup. But we did not get the vibes of all those things which Kamsi promised. And it's so sad that even she herself did not see herself going home anytime soon because she did not even pack her things, guys. Can you believe that? She did not pack her stuff. She believed that she would still remain in the show. She believed that she still got game. But this is Big Brother Naija house. That's why I normally tell these housemates if they can hear. But guys, they're already in the house. I'm not sure they can hear what we are advising outside. But I as the analyst of the show who watches the show, when you get into the house, it is not time for you to be waiting to bring the game that you are made up of. What you need to do as you get into Big Brother's house, you start implementing your game head on. You start implementing your game immediately. If not, if you're waiting to take your time to know what to do in the Big Brother house, you may find out that you may not survive evictions because once the game starts, everybody is trying to show themselves, and people that get established on time on the show are the ones that people will be looking out for. Somebody like Godessa is already established on the show, and like Neche also, Nomi. These are people that if you mention at least 5 housemates that are bringing content into the house, at least you will mention these 3. So I believe that when you are in the Big Brother house, you need to play your game as fast as you can to show the viewing public what you can offer so that they will vote for you to remain in the house. Guys, that is it. So it is very, very surprising that Kamsi got evicted. Remember I told you guys yesterday how she was talking about how Godessa has been slandering her name. Godessa spoiled things with her and Chisom Chuka. Godessa, was telling Chisom Chuka that why would he be with Kamsi, that Kamsi is not aesthetically pleasing, that when they go for paparazzi photo shoots and all that, that Kamsi is not the type of girl that will be aesthetically pleasing beside Chisom Chuka, and that Chisom Chuka should go ahead with Blutopia. So Kamsi had that beef and grouse with Godessa, and she was planning that this week she's going to implement her game plan to deal with this certain housemate she has her eyes on. But come on, you are not promised a week in Big Brother's house. So it is very surprising that Kamsi's game has ended tonight. So guys, if you don't know, let me say it again. Kamsi has been evicted out of the Big Brother Naija show. As a matter of fact, she is the 3rd housemate to be evicted this season. And so another thing that surprised me was the close marking of how the viewers voted. The housemates with the least 3 votes. The 3 housemates with the least votes. We have Gerald at 3.53%. we have Araga at 3.19%. Then we have Kamsi at 2.41%. And it is surprising, why will Big Brother evict only one housemate today? Guys, I have a theory to that, and I'm going to say it. Why did Big Brother evict only one housemate? Why did he evict only Kamsi? Is he saving Araga? Because assuming Big Brother was to evict two people as he normally would, Araga would have joined Kamsi tonight on the stage. But I believe maybe because production is enjoying what Godessa and Araga are doing, giving us this shipping content, they decided to leave at least one of their shipping couple in the house to continue to play the game. So that is why I believe that only Kamsi was evicted as against Araga, because Araga was the next person, and I've been predicting that Araga will leave the show very soon, because apart from Godessa, Araga is not bringing any content that is worthwhile. Instead, his only game in that house is to police Godessa around, follow her up and down, be tied to her wrapper, scaring the other guys from approaching Godessa. To him, Godessa is his game, and he will follow it through. So apart from that, I'm not seeing Araga bringing his top game in the house. So it is surprising, why will production leave Araga, if not that Araga is ensuring that their shipping content keeps on going, to keep the shippers, to keep the shippers with something they would enjoy. That is why I believe Araga did not go home this night, because if not, Araga would have joined Kamsi on that stage. So I believe now that Godessa will be very happy, because she has been itching for Kamsi to be out of the way. Remember that Godessa wants the guys to be chasing after her. She has been trying, to pitch her tent with all these other guys, with Barry, with Yusuf. She wants to make herself the most desirable female housemate in the house. And that is why Araga has been marking his territory. He doesn't want his bird in his cage to fly off. So Godessa will be very happy, because Kamsi, who has been threatening her game in the house, because Kamsi had this triangle thing going on, and Godessa wants to play that sort of game. That is why she was upset at Kamsi and spoiled anything Kamsi had with Chisom Chuka, telling Chisom Chuka that Kamsi is not even worth it to be with him. She's not aesthetically pleasing. She just leave her body. Wow. And I'm like, why will Godessa say that? Why will she always want to put down other female housemates in the presence of other guys? If not that the game that Kamsi is playing is exactly what Godessa wants to play, and she's upset at this, and that is why she spoiled things for Kamsi. Because even before Kamsi left, Gerald has already broke things off with her, and Kamsi was crying. When she had her diary section with Big Brother, Big Brother was asking her why she was crying, and Kamsi doesn't want to open up. She was still hiding that she was not crying because of anything. It's just that she was praying, and then she was feeling cold. That is why she was crying. I'm like, that doesn't really make sense. And guys, that is exactly the same thing that Kamsi said on stage when Ebuka asked her when Ebuka asked her why she cried in the garden. Kamsi said that she felt the person that she was genuine with, who is Gerald, stabbed her in the back. So she had already started to like Gerald, and she felt that she was genuine with him, and after everything, he stabbed her in the back and broke things off with her. Remember that Kamsi had broken things off with Chisom Chuka and moved on to Gerald, and that was why she was dancing heartily and crazily with Gerald at the pool party. But she said that she was crying because the person that she liked had stabbed her in the back, and that was Gerald. So Ebuka asked Kamsi on stage what is the next thing for Kamsi outside the house, and she said she will focus on her business, which is event planning, and she will also see what life has in stock for her. So guys, let us start with how the Sunday Live Eviction show started. Ebuka asked Neche, who is the head of house, that after the first week, a lot of dynamics changed for Neche in the house, and he asked Neche which housemate switched up on you. And Neche said she takes her time to study her environment, some things in her environment bring her out of her shell, while some other things take her back into her shell. So she felt that because she felt some weird energy from some housemates, that was the reason why she went back into her shell. And I believe why Ebuka was asking Nature this question was because of her dynamics with Ricky. Remember that in the first week, Nature and Ricky was the in thing we were hearing in the house. She was really popping, but because of what Nomi did and everything, got spoiled, Ricky was upset with Nature that why would Nature go and discuss him with other housemates, and Nature was trying to defend herself and all that. And guys, everything just got spoiled. Everything just dabaru. So since then, Nature and Ricky are kind of estranged. They are not really paddy like that. Although they are cordial, but they are not as close as they were in the first week. And Ricky had tried this week to get a little bit closer to Nature. He went to her bed to speak with her, but Nature had told him that she doesn't have anything to offer Ricky and that Ricky should leave her bed. So it showed that Nature still, has some reservations about Ricky, and she doesn't want Ricky to use her to play the game. She doesn't trust Ricky any longer, and she has decided to take a back seat from Ricky. Instead, she decided to pitch her tent with Barry. But now, Godessa also has her eyes on Barry. So what will that dynamics be there? So moving on, Big Brother announced the most influential housemate. And guys, Soltex won the most influential housemate this week. I was so happy for Soltex because, come on guys, during the wager presentation this week, Soltex brought his A game to it. He was the head dancer. He taught his other housemates the choreography. He was really, really invested in the presentation, in the wager presentation. And it was because of his effort and some other housemates who took the wager serious. That was why they were able to win their wager this week. So for Soltex now has immunity for next week, meaning he will not be up for eviction at all. So he's free from evictions next week, and he will also win the bet power and its reward because of how he became the most influential housemates this week. Now, for the bet power and its reward, Big Brother had told Chisom Chuka, who was the winner for last week, to spin the bet power wheel. And Chisom Chuka did spin the wheel, and it landed on a number, and he picked the envelope that was attached to that number. And guys, on opening the envelope, Chisom Chuka won a laptop. So congratulations to Chisom Chuka for winning a laptop, courtesy of bet power for the most influential housemates last week. For this week, Soltex also did his own spin of the week, and it landed on 3. And when he picked up the envelope, he also won a tablet. So congratulations to Soltex for winning the most influential housemate of the week, and also gaining immunity for next week evictions. Also winning a tablet courtesy of bet power and its reward. Guys, a huge congratulations to that. So moving on, Ebuka then asked Onyi that he has seen her and Flora having discussions, giving different housemates different names. Some people, she calls them gigolo. For Nomi, she calls her improper fraction. For Kamsi, she calls her bole. So Ebuka was asking, hi Charles Uche, hi, welcome to the channel. Please, as you come on in, give this video a thumbs up so that the video will pop and it will reach more audience. So Ebuka was now asking Onyi what that meant. Why will she call Kamsi Bole? What is the reason behind the nickname she's giving the housemates, and why is Kamsi's own name Bole? So guys, I was very, very disappointed in Onyi because Onyi was not courageous enough to own up to what she did. She was not courageous. She was just stopping her mouth as if she cannot talk. She was not saying, Ebuka, I'm the one for Gigolo. It is Flora that gave the name. For improper fraction, I was the one that brought the name. She was just yapping dust. No confidence to say the reason, to say it out, that's, guys, it was even part of Ebuka's closing speech. I'm going to get onto that very soon, but let's continue. But I was very, very disappointed in Onyi for not mustering the courage to answer the question on why she calls Kamsi Bole and the reason behind the different nicknames she has given to other housemates, she and Flora. So moving on, Ebuka then asked Godessa what she thinks of Neche. And Godessa was acting as if she had amnesia. I'm like, what is wrong with these housemates? They have a lot of things to say about other people, outside, where the people they are talking about cannot hear. But in the presence of those people they have been talking trash about, they lost all confidence, they lost all courage to speak up. So Godessa was acting as if she has amnesia. She turned to Sheba and was chopping her mouth. I don't know. I'm like, Godessa, you've been saying a lot of things about Neche. You have even been moving on to Barry because Barry is interested in Neche. And you made Neche's reign as head of house this week very tough for her. You were not supportive at all because you already have a grouse with her. Hi, Chiboy Johnson. Hi, welcome to the channel. You already have a grouse with Neche. That is why you didn't even support her. You and Sheba, you had a lot of things to say about Neche this week. Even it got to a point that when Neche was frustrated and speaking to the housemate, you guys were mocking Neche. It was as if you should just laugh in her face for all it's worth. And now Ebuka is asking you a question for you to explain yourself why you have something against Neche and you cannot talk. You're not acting as if you have amnesia. Why? Why do this housemate do this? So I was also disappointed in Godessa. I thought that she claims to be very courageous, not minding what anybody has to say. She doesn't give an F. But seeing her losing courage to even admit to what she said or even speak out what she has been saying about Neche, it was really, really disappointing. Guys, it was really disappointing. So moving on, Big Brother asked Neche as the head of house to reveal who she had put up for possible eviction this week. Remember that every Monday they have this their head of house games, and the winner, the head of house, has the veto power to save and replace. And this week, Neche removed Gerald. She put up Gerald for possible eviction. So that was what Big Brother was asking Neche to reveal who she had put up for possible eviction. And she mentioned Gerald. And guys, what I noticed was that all the housemates were shocked and they were looking at themselves. I was like, this is the game. This is what the game entails. Even Gerald, Gerald felt subdued. I'm like, why are you feeling subdued? I don't think you and you and Neche have anything, like a strong bond. And even if she would have considered you for this week, you didn't even try to help her at all during the wager presentation and all that. So it is Neche's prerogative as the head of house to pick who she wants. That is the game. You don't have to be mad at this. I was just surprised that these housemates were just looking at themselves. And who knows, maybe this would also influence how they would nominate for evictions tomorrow during the head of house challenge and all that. Let's see how it goes. So moving on now, the first eviction of the night was Kamsi. Guys, I've already touched up on this later before. Kamsi, was evicted. Now she is officially the third housemate to leave the show. And one thing that was surprising was that, guys, Kamsi had this courage that she was not going anywhere, and she did not even pack her stuff. She did not pack her luggage. And it's sad that her belief did not lead her to remain in the game. It is the game. It is what it is. And somebody has to just go. So it's sad that Kamsi left, and this housemate hugged her. What's her name? Abby hugged Kamsi the longest. She was just hugging Kamsi. Gerald, stood up. He also hugged Kamsi. But Chisom Chuka had this kind of look on his face And I'm like, what is with that look? What is with that look, guys? For Godessa, I believe that Godessa will be very happy because Kamsi now is out of the game. So she now have the liberty and the free will to date as many guys and be in as many triangles or square as she wanted to be, because that was her grouse with Kamsi. That was why she did not like Kamsi. That was why she was sabotaging Kamsi's game, and she succeeded in sabotaging Kamsi's game, because the two guys that were interested in Kamsi all cut off things with her. Chisom Chuka, moved on to Plutopia. Gerald broke off things with Kamsi, and Kamsi, was dejected. Even it made her to start speaking up and having conversations with other housemates like Normie, telling people that fear Godessa and all that. But guys, I believe that Godessa will be very happy with that Kamsi has been evicted. Let's see how the game, move ahead from now on. Now, moving on, Ebuka asked Araga that there seems to be a bro code with the guys. And he asked Araga if he really trusts these guys. So Araga said that he doesn't trust any of the guys in the house because he just doesn't trust anybody. And he now told Ebuka that he had a conversation with Yusuf because he had already decided that he wants to have that conversation with Yusuf. But he told Yusuf during that conversation, and they came to an understanding that Yusuf will stay clear of Godessa. Guys, I talked about that in my previous live stream. So according to Araga, he says he trusts Yusuf, that Yusuf will not move on to Godessa. Now, Ebuka then asked him, what of Barry? Then Araga said that he doesn't see Barry in the house. And I'm like, what? Is this a shade or what? He doesn't see Barry. Shade. So Barry was shaking his head, he had this kind of smirk on his face. And I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? Godessa was smiling. She was feeling herself. For her, she has won. At least other guys are noticing her, and Araga is fighting for her, chasing her, whatever. Let's see how Godessa's game will be this week. So now, Ebuka then asked Temi Nkem that he has always seen that she apologizes quite a lot, and it feels as if maybe is a habit, or could it be that the housemates are forcing her to apologize? And Temi said she feels like it's a habit because of how she has been brought up in the UK, and that they do apologize for the littlest of things, but it is her own decision to apologize, and it is not the housemates that are making her apologize, that it is her decision, and the housemate cannot make her apologize. And I'm like, okay, let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes, guys. For Temi Nkem, I talked about her extensively yesterday in my live stream. I told you guys that Temi Nkem has succeeded in playing a game and of the underling, making these housemates to take her as a child in the house. That is why they are not seeing the kind of game that Temi Nkem is playing. But Temi Nkem is very crafty, and I believe that her craftiness will make her to stay in the show longer. So moving on, Ebuka then had his last words to this housemate. He told this housemate that a lot of them say so many things that they can't say in front of other people, as in especially the people they had gossiped about, and they always say that my people are watching me at home, they don't want to enjoy themselves in the house, they don't want to do stuff, they are restraining themselves and all that. Then Ebuka advised them that it is a game and they are not promised longevity in Big Brother's house. So they need to show their A game, they need to enjoy themselves in the house. If not, when the road ends for them, they would leave the house and they may later regret why they did not bring their A game to the show. So he told them that they should ensure that they enjoy themselves before it all gets over. And I'm like, yeah, that is a good advice to this housemate, because guys, some of them are still hiding. They are not showing themselves. I have talked extensively about Araga, how Araga has decided that his game in that house is going to be Godessa. And he has just stuck onto Godessa. He's not showing himself. He's just, acting as if he came to the house to just ship. as if shipping is the only content he has to offer us. So I'm surprised at the kind of game he's playing. Another person is Ricky, who is just a big talker. He always promises he will do this, he will do that. But guys, Ricky has not really been showing up. He has always, ever since that first week, it was just as if his spirit has been dampened and Ricky is just back in the background. You understand? He's not showing his stuff in the house. He's just promising and making promises and making promises. I will do this. Guys, I've already said that Ricky is a big talker. So if you are a Ricky, hi Vivian, only one person was evicted, Kamsi. Only one person was evicted, Kamsi. And I'm surprised why it is so. Because if Big Brother had decided to evict 2 people, then Araga would have left tonight. But I believe because Big Brother still wants his shippers to enjoy Araga and Godessa's ship, that was why he still left Araga in the show. That is my own thinking of what production did. I might be wrong, but that is what I think. So guys, as I was saying, Ricky is just a big talker. He talks big, but he does nothing. You know, there's some other housemates here that are still hiding. Somebody like Barry. You know, I'm not seeing the kind of stuff he's bringing to the show. You know, I expect by now this house should be on fire. Ebuka, please, what you need to do for us is to keep on shaking tables. Keep shaking tables, you know, for this on Sunday, so that this housemate will be on fire. Because it seems as if they come to the house to do kumbaya. We are not ready to be seeing kumbaya. We need action. Show what you are made up of. Show the kind of content you have to show to bring to the show. Not hiding and okay. Another person is Gerald now. The thing that Gerald had with Kamsi, you know, it would have made a good storyline for Gerald. But Gerald broke things off with Kamsi, and now he has gone back to be the underling again. You understand? So if not that Gerald is competitive, you might not really see him in the show because he doesn't really talk like that. You understand? He's more on the quiet side. So I believe that it is high time these housemates should take the game serious. Some of them act as if they are promised to remain in the house till the end of the show. That was the same thing Kamsi thought, because Kamsi did not even pack. She did not pack her luggage at all. As the show ended, it was Abby that was helping her to, you know, pack her stuff. And I think Abby and Tran were having a quarrel. I don't even know what is causing their quarrel. But guys, I will listen more and get back to you on that. So guys, this is the much I can take on this particular live stream. Let's see how the game will pan out. How this housemate will also fare in tomorrow's head of house game. I will come on live tomorrow after the head of house games to gist with us on what really happened. Thank you all so much for joining my live stream. I do really appreciate. Before you leave, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. My name is Foste Onye, and this is Foste, where I bring you updates concerning the ongoing Big Brother Naija. Guys, we talk about that, we give our own opinion, we give our own analysis, we gist to keep ourselves updated on what is happening on the show. Thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate, and have a lovely night. Bye, guys.